See if that sound good. See if that sound good. Shit, if a brother could let me know if the sound good. Shalom, Mark. Yeah, how about Shemel Shah Brakatah? You can hear me good, bro? First time doing it on my phone, man. Let me know if everything good. Let me know if everything good. Shalom, Mark. Brother Nathan, y'all what's up? Y'all can hear me good? The water. Go do a little quick hit, man. About to head to camp here in about 20 minutes, so I ain't gonna be that long. I'm gonna hold y'all for too long, But with that, I'm gonna hop straight into it. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing His word with all truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And I'm the brother Kwara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And just want to go into a quick lesson, as you see from the title. Quick hit Fridays, a little series the Lord allowed me to go ahead and do. And but what I want to touch on this lesson is going into the temple. And as you see from the title, it says that the temple is being built, but not like the first or the second, man. Because you go back into our entire history, it was two temples that was built. You had the one that King Solomon built, right? And that one was destroyed and burnt down by the Babylonians and by the Edomites. And then we went to the southern kingdom, went into the Babylonian captivity, and then over time, Cyrus allowed us to go back and rebuild the temple, which is the second temple, right? And then that one was eventually destroyed in 70 AD. You see, that one was eventually destroyed in 70 AD, but now the Lord is having the third and final temple being built, man. The third and final temple being built. And we had a conference call not too long ago, the brothers out here in Houston, and the purpose of the temple is so us as Israelites, we can have access to the Most High, man. Sacrifices, so on and so forth, but ultimately that we can have access with our power, but now we don't have an actual temple being built, with a brick, mortar, stones, so on and so forth. But we are the temple, man. Right? The elect, the believers in law wouldn't wear that number, but the people now, we are the temple, you see? And the beautiful part about this temple that the Heavenly Father got being built, you go back into our other two, the reason they ain't here today because the heathens destroyed it, man. And look, Esau always had a part in doing some shit, man. He always somewhere. The first temple, he helped the Babylonians, and second temple in 70 AD, the Romans did it, man. But why it's so beautiful now? You just can't go into a physical building and destroy it or burn it down. Now it's the people, man. And Esau don't know who the elect is. He don't know who the elect is, so he just can't, go persecute who he think, And the beautiful part about it, I'm gonna get into the scriptures real quick. And the Most High, as brothers and sisters know, hey, Israel, we look like all nations. You see, Israel, we look like all nations. So you can't just pinpoint and say, oh, he a part of the temple, she a part of the temple, because they so-called black. Let's kill them. Let's destroy the temple. No, man. You see, the beautiful part about it is impossible to destroy this one, man. It's more spiritual now. You see? Yep, the brother got a beautiful precept. I'm gonna grab that, but let me grab this real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all brothers go. This is in the book of Tobit, in the Apocrypha, in the 14th chapter. Now, this is Tobit speaking to his son Tobias, right? So this is Tobit 14, and I'm gonna start at 4. It says, I'm gonna start at 3 just to give you a little background. It says, and when he was very aged, he called his son, which is Tobias, right? And the 6 sons of his son, and said to him, my son, take thy children, for behold, I am aged, and I'm ready to depart out of this life. Verse 4. Go into Media, my son, for I surely believe those things which Jonah the prophet spake of Nineveh. It says that it shall be overthrown, and that for a time peace shall rather be in Media, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from their good land. And aren't we living that today? Are not people scattered to the four corners, separated from our land? Although, you have, a portion of our people may still be over there, right? But for the majority, we are scattered, man. We are scattered and separated to the four corners. But why should he about to say? Because he about to go into the temples. He about to go into all of them. The first one, the second one, and the third one, man, that we building today. So really, Tobit had to be a prophet. He prophesying, man. It says, I'm gonna read it again. It says, and that our brethren, this is Tobit 13:4, it says, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from their good land, and Jerusalem shall be desolate, and the house of the Most High in it shall be burnt. And that's talking about the first temple. Was it? Let's get a precept to prove that it was burnt. First, I'm gonna finish reading it though. It says, and the house of the Most High in it shall be burned, and shall be desolate for a time. And that's going into that first temple. Let me get a quick precept to show you who burnt it, man. This is First Ezra 4. And First Ezra 4, and I'm gonna start at 44. I'm gonna start at 43. It says, then said he unto the king, remember thy vow which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem in the day when thou camest to the kingdom, and to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. It says, thou also vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burnt when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans, you see? So the Edomites had part in burning the temple, man. Again, I'm going to read it. It says, which the Edomites burnt, man. So that's the reason our temple was destroyed. The Babylonians with Nebuchadnezzar and the Edomites. So let's go back to Tobit. Tobit 13:4. It says, and that it shall be overthrown, and that for a time peace shall rather be in Media, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from their good land, and Jerusalem shall be desolate, and the house of the Most High in it shall be burned, and shall be desolate for a time. And that's the first temple, right? But I got a precept. Isaiah 1:7, the country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land, strangers devoured in your presence, and it is desolate and overthrown by strangers. There it is, man. And by our arch enemy Esau, right? But let's keep reading. So Tobit explained the first temple, which that one was burnt and destroyed by the Babylonians and the Edomites. Now he about to go on to say more. Verse 5, and that again the Most High will have mercy and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple, right? It says, but not like to the first. Now, why wasn't it not like to the first? And Shalom, everybody on the comment board, Yahweh Bashim Al Shah Bashim Kagadash Brakatham. You see? So we seen the first temple, he said it was destroyed and burnt. Now he said the second one, he said the Most High will bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple, but not like the first. Now let's go to Ezra real quick. And I ain't even mean, I just really want to read through that Tobit, but hey, when the Spirit give you precepts, you got to get them. I know it's in Ezra when they said, let me see. Hold on, let me get it real quick. If a brother know, when they was done building the second temple, the elders started crying because they said it ain't glorious like it was, like the first temple was when Solomon built it. Let me see. Let me get it real quick. If a brother know where that, Baba Kashab, y'all can post it. All right, I got it. This is Ezra 3. And I'm going to start at, and we're going into the second temple right now. Right? So this Ezra 3. And I'm going to start at 11. It says, and they sang together. Now this after the temple was pretty much built. It says, I'm gonna start at, man. I'm gonna start at 10. It says, and when the builders laid the foundation of the temple of Yahweh, they set the priests in their apparels with trumpets, and the Levites, the son of Asaph, with the cymbals, to praise Yahweh after the ordinance of King David of Israel. And they sang together by course in praising, giving thanks unto the Lord, because he is good, for his mercy endureth forever toward Israel. And all people shouted with a great shout. And when they praised Yahweh, because the foundation of the house of Yahweh was laid, talking about the temple, right? Verse 12 says, but many of the priests and Levites and chief of the fathers who were ancient men, so these older men, they was there in the time of the first temple, right? So it says, who were ancient men that had seen the first house, the first temple. It says they had seen the first house, and when the foundations of this house, the second temple, and when the foundations of this house was laid before their eyes, wept with a loud voice, and many shouted aloud. So they started crying because they was like, man, it's not as glorious as the first one was. They was like, the first one had precious stones, rare stones. This one is just like regular. You see? So they started crying because they was like, man, it's not as glorious as the first one. You see? Now going back to Tobit, it says, that's why it says this, Tobit 14:5. It says, and that again, the Most High will have mercy on them and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple, but not like to the first. Now we see why, because Solomon had you go read when King Solomon was building the temple, it says as he was building, it was no sound. You ain't hear sound of tools, sound of building. It said because every stone was, man, that's cool. The brother had posted it because that's the same thing happening today, man. You see, we're going to get that. But it said when King Solomon had the first temple built, it was silent. It was no noise because every stone was custom made. When they brung it, all you had to do was just fit it into the place, man. It said it was costly stones, rare stones, man, gold, so on and so forth. So that's why they was crying over the second temple, because it wasn't as glorious, right? But let's read on. It says, and they shall build a temple, but not like to the first, until the time of that age be fulfilled. And afterward, they shall return from all places of their captivity, right? And build up Jerusalem gloriously. And this going into the temple we building today. This going into the third temple, man. This is going to be the true glorious temple. This is going to be the one that's going to last forever. Look, the Babylonians ain't going to come and destroy this one. Nebuchadnezzar ain't going to come back in reincarnation and destroy this temple, man. Esau ain't going to burn this one down. He ain't going to be like 70 AD, you know, and destroy this one. The Lord ain't gonna let that happen. This time a standard gonna be lifted, man. You know, because again, this temple ain't an actual building. The temple that we speaking of that's being built is y'all brothers and, you know, brothers on the video listening, the brothers out on the highways and hedges. The body is the temple, man, and we gonna get that, right? But it says, and they shall build a temple, but not like to the first, until the time of that age be fulfilled. And that was the second temple. And afterward, they shall return from all the places of their captivity. Like it said in Matthew 24, Yahweh shall, when he come back, he go send his angels to the four corners and gather together his elect. Let's get that in Baruch. We've been gathered together right now by the word, man. Let me snag it real quick, and I'm gonna hit y'all brothers' precepts on the comment board as well, Lord willing. But let's get that in Baruch real quick. This Baruch 5, and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold, thy children come gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High, man. You know, so let's go back to it. Hey, shalom to my bro Kalabi, ba shalom maki ha ba shema shabrakatham. Hey, and to all y'all brothers, man. I'm a one STL 144, the brother Kazak Bond, Yahweh, you know, Kabal, Canaan, tribe of Israel, all y'all, you know, daughter Zion, shalom, right? But let's go back to it. It says, back in Tobit 14:5, it says, and afterward they shall return from all the places of their captivity. Now we're going into this third temple, which is in our time, man. It says, and you know, quick side note, like they had what 2-3 years ago with Trump talking about in the Middle East that Trump was gonna be the one to help the Israelis, the Jewish people build the third temple. No, that's not the temple that's prophesied to be built, man. You see, it ain't gonna be an actual building. You know, like the Most High said in Revelation 22. Let's get that 21. He go do it because look, the spirit of the Most High dwelt in the temples, right? Because you had the Ark of the Covenant, you had the holies of holies within the temple. But look, when we get in the kingdom and change, it's gonna be no reason for we gonna be the temple. He gonna do it within us, man. Let me get that real quick in Revelation. It says Revelation 21:2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, talking about the elect coming out the chariots, right? And next it says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, man. You see? It's with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power, man. So he don't have to go behind a veil no more, you know, and the holy. No, we are that holy of holies, man. Well, you know, Yahweh Shai, Salaki, Yahweh Shai first and foremost, you know, Yahweh Shai. But hey, through Yahweh Shai, hey, we got that access, man, to the Heavenly Father. You know, Yahweh Shai is that high priest after the order of Melchizedek. The order of Melchizedek is eternal, way before the creation. That was in the heavens, man. So the temple that's being built for that high priest is everlasting, man. Everlasting. But let's go back to Tobit and we could read it through. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 4 again, and I'm going to just read it through. This is Tobit 14:4. Now, this is Tobit talking to his son Tobias, and he about to describe the 3 temples. It says, go into Media, my son, for I surely believe those things which Jonah the prophet spake of Nineveh, that it shall be overthrown, and that for a time peace shall rather be in Media, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from that good land, and Jerusalem shall be desolate, and the house of the Most High in it shall be burned, and shall be desolate for a time. The first temple. It says, and that again the Most High will have mercy on them, and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple, but not like the first. And that was the second when we came out of Babylon, right? It says, until the time of that age be fulfilled, and afterward they shall return from all the places of their captivity and build up Jerusalem gloriously, and the house of the Most High in it shall be built forever. This is the third temple. This one ain't gonna be destroyed. You see? Hey, aren't we gonna be like the scripture says, the days of Israel are innumerable? We're gonna be an everlasting people. Now, if we the temple, it only makes sense on why it's gonna last forever, because we are that, man. Like it said in 1 Corinthians 3. 1 Corinthians 3, it clearly says that we are the temple, man. Let me snag it real quick. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? Come on, man. You can't get around it. Right? See, brothers probably posted that. Oh, y'all brothers lighten it up. I'm gonna finish this, and I'm gonna hit that comment board. I'm gonna get y'all brothers precepts. But let's go back to Tobit. It says in 5, and they shall return and build up Jerusalem gloriously, and the house of the Most High shall be built in it forever, with a glorious building, as the prophets have spoken thereof, man. So let's get what that temple is, what it consists of. Why is it so glorious? Why will it last forever, man? Let's get it. Well, the brother posted it, you know, because just like King Solomon had the first temple with precious stones, you know, the second temple had stones. Well, this temple got stones as well, spiritually. Let's get it. 1 Peter 2:5. It says, well, I'm going to actually get in the scriptures because I want to get the verse before, because it mentioned how Yahweh Shai was that main stone. Let's get it. And it's longer than the quick hit, but, you know, it's all good. This is 1 Peter 2:3. It says, if so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, talking about Yahweh Shai, says, to whom coming as a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious. Ye also, so just as Yahweh Shai is that stone, it says, ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, man. That's the third temple. That's why it says it's not like the first. It's not like the second, right? Not like the first or the second, man. This one is different. It says, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices, acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Shai Mashiach. It says, wherefore it is contained in the scriptures, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded, man. So we are those stones that's being fit into that temple, just like that game Tetris. You know, Tetris, the blocks will fall, you get different sizes, shapes, colors, but it fit, you got to fit it perfectly in this slot, right? That's the same thing we're doing. You got brothers with different spirits, come from different backgrounds, different portions of faith, different understanding of the scriptures. But look, we all fitting together to make one body, man, to make one temple. You know, let's get there. Let's prove that. This is Ephesians. It's a lot. If I'm talking a little fast, I gotta hit count in about 10 more minutes. But let me get this in Ephesians real quick. Damn, where my Ephesians at? All right, here we go. This is Ephesians 2, and I'm gonna start at 19. It says, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and the household of the Most High. Because if you go up in this chapter, it was speaking about how we was dead in the world, you know, living like Gentiles. But now that we came back to the truth, we came back to our heritage. We are now fellow citizens of the body. But it says, verse 20, this is the point, and are built up upon the foundation. So this is about to tell you what the temple is, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahweh Shai Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together grow off unto a holy temple in the Lord, man. That's your temple today. Starting first and foremost with the chief cornerstone, Yahweh Shai, then the apostles, and then the prophets, man. You see, let's read it again. It says, Ephesians 2 and 20, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahweh Shai Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto a holy temple in the Lord, in whom ye also are builded together for a habitation of the Most High through the Spirit, man. The Most High dwell within us, man. We have access to the Most High by way of Yahweh Shai through the Ruach HaKodesh, man. Esau can't destroy this temple. He don't know who would elect. He don't know who would elect, but look, he gonna try to. That's when it said the enemy go come in like a flood, just like the Babylonians. And Esau, the first temple, they came in like a flood and destroyed it. The second one, 70 AD, Esau came in like a flood, besieged it. He gonna try to come in like a flood again, but it's gonna be to no avail this time, man. You can't destroy this. When we got in Tobit, how it's gonna be an everlasting kingdom, you know, everlasting kingdom. But let me get this in Haggai, and I'll get y'all brothers precepts, and I'll let y'all get up out of here. This is the book of Haggai. Hold on, let me see what I Haggai at. Salakia. All right, this is Haggai 2, and I'm gonna start at 9. It says, the glory of this latter house, the latter temple, right, shall be greater than those of the former, man. Greater than the first, greater than the second, man. You know, it says another thing too, in those temples, you can get back behind in the Holy of Holies if you wasn't a high priest from the line of Aaron. But when Yahweh Shai died, that veil rent. Now all the men of Israel, we all priests, man. That's why this temple that much more greater. You know, it says Haggai 2 and 9, the glory of this latter house shall be greater than that of the former, saith Yahweh of hosts, and in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts, man. You see that? But let me get y'all brothers precepts, and I'll let y'all go ahead and get out of here. This is yep, oh, that's beautiful. Amos 9:11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. That's beautiful, because that's ultimately what's being built up, the house of David, man. Because again, the Most High promised King David an everlasting rulership. You know. Let's see. Oh, yep. Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai. His temple is a sure foundation. After the order of Melchizedek, man. Lamentations 5:19. It says, thou, O Yahweh, remainest forever, thy throne from generation to generation. Wherefore doest thou forget us forever and forsake us for so long? Turn thou unto us, O Yahweh, and we shall be turned, and renew our days as of old, man. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Let's see. Now, y'all better lighten it up. Zechariah 4:9. The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundations of this house, and his hands shall also finish it, and thou shalt know that Yahweh of hosts have sent me unto you. Yep, that was that when they came back and built that second one. Really, hey, I think it said in Haggai, I believe, how Zerubbabel, I don't want to butcher it, you know. I ain't gonna go to it because I gotta get up out of here. But this is Zechariah 2:10. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I am come and will dwell in the midst of thee, saith Yahweh. And that's that new temple, man. And many nations shall be joined to your Zechariah 2:11. And many nations shall be joined to Yahweh in that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell. Oh, that's cold. And shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Lord Yahweh of hosts have sent me unto thee, man. You know. Yep. Ephesians 4:11. And he gave some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors, some teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Now, what does edifying mean? Build up. So as we teach, we building up the temple. You know, as we teach, somebody hear the word, they believe, come in, an extra stone added to the temple, man. Another believer, extra stone added to the temple, man. Like Yahweh Shai said, pray ye that the Most High send forth laborers, man. That stones being added on. And when Yahweh Shai, when he come, he expect that perfect temple, man. You know, which he gonna get. That's why he gonna get that chase version. And I ended off with these two. Wisdom of Solomon, Proverbs 9:9 give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Proverbs 9:10, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding, man. Proverbs 10:25, as the world went passive, so the wicked is no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation, man. That's cool, man. I think it's another one in Proverbs, how it says, let me see, about how the Most High wisdom built up a spiritual house. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yep, and I ended off with this. This is Proverbs 24:3. Through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches, man. You see, shalom. Let's read that again. It says Proverbs 24:3. Through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches, man. You see, and that's what we build in a spiritual house. You know, but hey, with that, man, I gotta go ahead and get up out of here. The waterfall, y'all, for tuning in. A beautiful precepts, you know, about to hit count. But hey, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you out there out there pushing this word with all truth. And sincerity to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. Hey, keep fighting, keep pushing. And hey, with that, Shalom. Khan, I gotta get another one. The brother precept. 2nd Ezra 6:27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. Beautiful. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kagadash, Brakatham to all y'all. And with that, Shalom.